So ladies and gentlemen, as you see behind me is the brand new patch notes for Path of Exiles 2. They did obviously release a patch video the other day, which was a reveal where they kind of gave you some information, but in this video we're actually going to go over the full patch notes. There's a lot of videos out there that are just reading obviously a certain amount, but in this video I'm going to actually read every single patch note. You can skip to the part that is most interesting to you. There is quite a lot going on, as we can see, controller improvements, console improvements, and much more. So hopefully you enjoy this video, sit back, relax, and let's jump into these patch notes. So as we can see here, 0.1.1 patch notes. Tomorrow we're planning to release patch notes 0.1.1 for Path of Exiles 2. Pending any last minute hurdles, this patch contains new endgame tower maps, checkpoints for map arenas, respawn attempts for the Arbiter of Ash, as well as many monster changes, unique changes, improvements, and bug fixes. Please note that these are still subject to change prior to the patch's deployment. Now, when they do say tomorrow, this actually got released at 6 AM, these patch notes, so maybe it's at 6 AM tomorrow, being the 17th. For the UK, obviously the different parts of the world would vary, so it'd be 7 AM in the likes of most parts of Europe, and then over in America, I'm not too sure what the time would be, but if we say America is what, 6 hours behind, it'd probably be around the midnight mark-ish for the people in the United States. But I do understand that there's multiple time zones, so yeah, whatever's time for you. But if you were to look at the time that this got released, that is going to be the time that it happens. So 0.1.1 patch notes. This patch contains new endgame tower maps, checkpoints for map areas, respawn attempts for the Arbiter of Ash, as well as many monster changes, unique changes, and improvements and bug fixes. We've also got endgame changes, so let's start with that. So added 4 new tower map areas: Alpine Ridge, Bluff, Mesa, and Sinking Spire. The Lost Towers map area has also been revamped. To address the problem of only having one attempt at the Arbiter of Ash boss fight, you will now have up to 6 respawn attempts at this fight. Respawns can only be triggered by the person who put in the keys, and everyone in your party will respawn at the same time. Leaving the map still forfeits your attempts, so you will still need to fight the boss with a build you walked into the map with, and higher difficulties of the boss will lower the number of respawn attempts you receive. We'll be looking at adding respawn attempts to other pinnacle content over time. So the Arbiter of Ash can no longer be interrupted during his Falling Flame Seed skill. His Flaming Gale skill can no longer be blocked. The Arbiter of Ash boss is now invulnerable for longer during its emergency, and now takes significant reduced damage while emerging. The Arbiter of Ash is now way less likely to target minions when using his sword, which could prevent some of their skills being used. They've added checkpoints to map areas, and map areas now contain a minimum of 3 rare monsters. Citadels can now appear closer to the Ziggurat refugee, and improve the visibility of citadels on the endgame map. So maps now display their biome when hovered in the Atlas UI. Added the new Overseer Precursor tablets, a currency item which can be placed in completed towers to add map bosses to validate maps in radius. These tablets drop from map bosses and can roll exclusive modifiers that affect map bosses. Map areas have been adjusted to have more distinct specialities for the content they contain. For example, one map area might have more total number of monsters, while another is more likely to contain additional content such as strongboxes, essence of shrines. Generally speaking, the more difficult a map is to clear, or the smaller it is, the more axes it will specialize in. Here's an overview of the changes we've made to giving map more discernibility. So a number of maps now spawn up to double the number of chests, as twice as many minimum magic or rare chests, and a number of maps now contain up to double the number of monsters. A number of maps now contain 50% more magic monsters, and a number of maps now contain 50% more rare monsters. A number of maps now have a higher minimum number of rare monsters you will encounter, and a number of maps now have a lower minimum number of rare monsters you will encounter. A number of maps now has 50% more chance to contain essences. A number of maps now have 50% more chance to contain strongboxes, and a number of maps now have 50% more chance to contain shrines. Maps that are only exclusively found in biomes containing citadels now have 50% more chance to contain essences, strongboxes, and shrines. Unclaimed hideout areas now have substantially more magic monsters and fewer rare monsters. Monsters in the Unattained Paradise have been breeding. Unattained Paradise now contains 100% more monsters, of which spawn 100% more, thus quadruple magic and rare monsters. Improve the highlightability, checkability of shrines. Reduce the damage of scaling monsters in simulacrum encounters with added difficulty. Adjusted the chance for maps to contain bosses. You should be encountering a boss roughly every 1 in 4 maps. The chance for map bosses to drop waystones of the current tier or higher has been reduced to account for the increase in total number of map bosses. The Radiant Waystones Atlas notable passive now provides 50% chance for map bosses to drop waystones of their current tier or higher, previously 25%. That's a bit of a nerf then. The small map boss waystone chance passive now provides 6% chance of map bosses to drop a waystone of the current tier or higher, previously 10%. The I'm Not Afraid of You Delirium Atlas passive skill now grants Delirium bosses in your maps drop 100% increase simulacrum splinters, previously 50%. So the farm that I did on a video yesterday for Exalted has now got 50% better. Reduce the number of monsters and small chests from breaches by 15%. Increased the amount of simulacrum splinters found in maps by 20%. So we've basically got a 70% increase on what we could do with our Exalt farm. So it's basically going to be a divine farm. Added dedicated 2D art for waystones that are instilled with layers of Delirium. Crisis fragments, breachstones, simulacrums, and an audience with the king now have more appropriate gold values to vendors. Increase how far you can zoom out on the endgame map on keyboard and mouse input to match the zoom level on controller input. Skill changes. Supercharged Slam now has each successive aftershock gains plus 0.5 meters to radius up to 3 meters, previously uncapped. Scavenge Plating now grants you stacks for a duration based on the enemy's rarity. Normal enemies grant 1 stack, magic enemies grant 2 stacks, and rare enemies grant 5 stacks, and unique enemies grant 10 stacks. The Lightning Bolt skill granted for the Choir of the Storm unique amulet has been renamed to Greater Lightning Bolt to differentiate it from the skill granted by staves. Triggered Greater Lightning Bolts are now unable to trigger subsequent gear or Greater Lightning Bolt if the first was a critical hit. So Greater Lightning Bolt now deals roughly 3.5 times more base lightning damage compared to Lightning Bolt. The Temporalis unique body armor can no longer reduce the cooldown of a skill to below 100 milliseconds. Skills socketed in a meta gem socket can no longer gain energy. Clarified Vine Arrow's description to explicitly state that it hits enemies on landing. Remove the aura tag from Pain Offering for consistency with other minion skills. As the skills does not directly create an aura, the aura is created by the summoned minion. Monster changes. Monsters now have an increased toughness per essence modifier affecting them. Added a small delay before monsters released from essence monoliths can use their skills. Forsaken Miners now throw less grenades, which also had their damage reduced and their visuals improved. Ruja, the Dread's engineer grenades, now deal less damage in Cruel and Mats. To reduce how far away Faradon Plaguebringers can use their Detonate Dead skill from, the telegraphing for the skill has been improved. Reduce how far away Lost Men Zealots can use their Meteor skill from, the visuals of this skill have also been improved. The Lightning Storm skill used by Lost Men Zealots should now only strike at the telegraphed marker as opposed to somewhere random. Filthy Chrome no longer uses their projectile vomit skill point blank in front of you because that's just rude, and now has a basic projectile attack. Reduce the leap distance of Vile Vulture leap skills, the visual of this skill has also been improved. Reduce the axe throwing distance of Val Axeman, and reduce the area of effect for Filthy Firstborns on Death Explosion. The visibility of the area of effect has also been improved. The vomit skill used by Rotting Hulks and Bog Hulks now deal less damage and can no longer be used point blank in front of you. Adjusted the damaging area of the Bloated Miller's Slam skills to more closely match the visual effects. Adjusted the damaging area of Zalamaranth, the Colossus attacks, to more closely match the visual effects. Adjusted the player's targeting behavior for Zalamaranth, the Colossus. Their arms are no longer targetable. Adjusted the damaging area of Bahlak, the Sky Seer's tornadoes, to more closely match the visual effects. Tornadoes now push you slightly away when they appear and now deal less damage when they first appear before ramping up. Great. Reduce how often Prowling Shades can use their invisibility skill. Adjusted the frequency of some monsters such as Prowling Shades and Gelid Zealots. Val Zealots are now less likely to repeatedly use their Eye of Winter skill. Improved the visual effects of Fiery Zealots' Firestorm skill, and adjusted the damaging area of Executioner's attacks to more closely match the visual effects. The telegraphing for his Guillotine Slam has also been improved. Improved the visibility of Cultist Archers' skills. Their Toxic Rain skills also now deals less damage. Jamanra, the Risen King's zombie skirt, no longer spontaneously explodes on death. Mighty Silverfist Commando roll skill now deals significantly less damage. Reduced how often Azak Stalkers use their slam skill, and Walking Goliaths no longer deal damage twice when they fall over. Their slam now deals more damage in the center and less around the edges, reducing the distance of which Urnwalkers in the Trial of Secumus are able to initiate their skill. We've also fixed an issue where they were not dealing damage correctly, meaning they now deal more damage. Sliver Spitters no longer deal damage twice with their projectile attack. Their melee attack now deals physical damage instead of chaos. The density of monsters in Ustau has been reduced. Monsters contained in the area are now more likely to be of a weaker variety. The density of the monsters in the Dreadnought areas have been adjusted to result in the less swarming encounters, improve the telegraphing for Zack Shaman's detonated dead skill, and improve the telegraphing for the crystals left by Val Goliaths when they die. Chaos Pustules in Rituals encounters have had their visuals improved. The impending Doom modifier in the Trial of Chaos has now more time before it explodes and has had its visuals improved. Improve the telegraphing of the anchor drop from monsters affected by the Essence of Torment, and improve the visuals of the area of effect of monsters affected by the Essence of Electricity. The time before the area of effect explodes has also been increased. Volatile plants are now much more noticeable both before as they are about to explode. Elemental explosions caused by minion death or those periodically cast by a rare monster have had their visuals effects improved. The delay before these explode has also been increased. The aura from the prevents recovery above 50% monster modifier now has a visible radius. The energy shield modifiers on monsters now provide far more sensible levels of energy shield, and the shielding monsters modifier has been re-enabled in the Trial of Chaos. General changes and improvements. Enabling migration from solo self-found leagues to their corresponding parent leagues, standard or hardcore. This can be done from the league migrations button on the character selection screen. Strongboxes have been adjusted to spawn waves of enemies over a much shorter period of time, and the strongbox fog effects now fades away once all the waves of the enemies have been spawned. Significantly increased the chance to encounter research strongboxes, added a visual effect to distinguish which monsters have been spawned by strongbox. Volcanic Crag, Lightning Storms, Ice Spikes, and Chaos Barrage strongbox modifiers have all been adjusted to activate after the delay. Charms now play an effect on your character when they are automatically used, and socketables such as runes can now be overwritten by replacing another socketable item into the socket. Attempting to salvage an item now highlights which item in your inventory can be salvaged and displays item sockets. Flasks with quality are now able to be salvaged, and then armor has been made more effective by approximately 15%. At least there is an improvement. It's not great, but it does help, especially with your multiple stacking. So more monsters are now able to be pushed while dodge rolling. This generally applies to most monsters smaller than a skeleton, and objects such as delirium shards can no longer be pushed by other monsters. Increase the chance for omens to appear as ritual rewards, and reduce the chance for items to roll some of the less desirable item modifiers. Distilled emotions required to instill a passive skill onto an amulet are now only displayed on the passive skill tree after you've picked up your first distilled emotion. Added an exit portal to the Trial Master arena, removed the level requirement to access expedition vendors, and rarity of the items in expedition vendors shop now increases with shop level, so shops generally have more rare items at higher levels. This doesn't affect existing shops, and you will need to use a reroll currency to generate shops with the improved rarity. Reduce the visual clutter in many maps areas to improve the visibility of skills and effects, and added a tutorial for activating your first persistent buff skill gem. Improved and fixes inconsistencies for walkability throughout areas in the campaign as well as maps, and improved the loading time of the world map. Reduce the initial player revive time to 2.5 seconds, previously 3 seconds, and reduce the player revive time penalty to 1.5 seconds per death, previously 2 seconds. Alva now has an option to gamble for items when placed in your hideout, and reviving minions that died from being out of range of you now instead immediately revive near you. The quest tracker now shows which quests are applicable for the area you're currently in, and uncut gems now show their level on the item label. Charms now display their number of charges and when they are active, and update the world map icons for when you have completed quests, encounters, and found items to make it more clear they have been completed. Added propagating weapon effects options to the cosmetic panel UI, and the Erin's Cobble, Heartbound Loop, Iron Ride, and Mithras Uxor uniques have received 2D art. The Hand of Wisdom and Action unique has received 3D art, and added flavor text for the Ederin's Tusks and Splint Heart uniques. After activating an Omen of Whittling, hovering over an item before applying the Chaos Orb to it will now display which modifier will be re-rolled. Improved performance of the Occlusion, the Chimerian boss fight, and improved performance of the lava in the Molten Vault. Reduced screen clutter and improved performance of the effect that plays when killing rare monster objectives in endgame maps, and improved performance of areas with very bright lights that cast many shadows, notably the Temple of Kopek and the Ziggurat Refugee. Improve the performance of the Ziggurat encampment in order to reduce the occurrence of unloaded textures. Burning ground can no longer spawn underneath interactables such as levers, thank God. Monsters can no longer spawn near the close to the entrance of a map. This often is caused by the players to immediately be attacked upon moving. Added keyword for honor resistance. Delirium monsters are no longer untargetable during their emerge animation. As a result, they should no longer push you during this. You can now pick up items and interact with some objectives while performing other actions, and the attack in place stops movement option no longer prevents walking on skills that can be used while moving while using WASD movement. Continue to incrementally improve the sound, art and effects and environment. Unique item changes. The Alcrim era unique shield now provides plus 50 to 70 to maximum mana, previously 15 to 30. Existing versions of this item can be updated using a divine orb. The Avril's Will unique shield no longer has 40 to 60% increased block chance. It now provides plus 40 to 60 to maximum life and 40 to 60 plus maximum mana. The Ashren's unique body armor now provides 30 to 40% to fire resistance, previously 20 to 30, and 10 to 20 strength. The Alfake's Wraith's unique quiver now adds 3 to 4 to 5 to 8 cold damage to attacks. The Astak's Sight unique helmet now provides 30 to 40% increased critical hit chance, previously 20 to 40, and 100 to 150% increased evasion and energy shield. The Atziri's Acuity unique gloves now provide 30 to 50% increased critical hit chance, previously 20 to 30, and existing versions of this item can be updated using a divine orb. I'm not going to be using a divine orb to update my existing version. I'd rather farm a new one. The Barrow Dweller unique body armor now provides damage of enemies hitting you is unlucky while you are on low life. The Belly of the Beast unique body armor now has 20 to 30, 35 to 40 physical form damage. The Birth of Fury unique boots now provide 20% increased movement speed, previously 15, and 20 to 30% of fire resistance, previously 10 to 20. Existing versions of the item can be updated using a divine orb. The Black Doubt unique body armor now provides 10 to 20% of cold resistance. The Black Braid unique body armor now provides plus 40 to 60 to armor and 10% to all elemental resistances. The Black Gleam unique quiver now adds 3 to 5 and 6 to 9 fire damage to attacks. The Black Hawk unique ring now adds 4 to 6 or 8 to 10 chaos damage to attacks, previously 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. Existing versions of this item can be updated using the divine orb. The Bloodthorn unique quarterstaff now adds 8 to 12 to 16 to 18 physical damage, previously 3 to 5 and 9 to 11. Existing versions of this item can be updated. The Blue Flame Bracers unique gloves now provide plus 20 to maximum energy shield. The Bones of Ur unique boots now provide plus 20 to 40 to maximum life and maximum mana, both previously 25. Existing versions can be updated. The Brain Rattler unique mace now adds 18 to 22 and 24 to 28 physical damage, previously 10 to 12 and 18 to 22, and adds 1 to 50 to 55 lightning damage, previously 1 to 36 to 42. The Bramblejack unique body armor now provides plus 60 to 100 maximum life, previously 50 to 80, and cannot regenerate 5% of the life per second while surrounded. The Brass Dome unique body armor now has 400 to 500% increased armor, which previously was 300 to 400%, and -5 to -1 to all maximum elemental resist, previously -5. Existing version of the unique can be updated using Divine Orb. Carnes, you subscribed to my YouTube channel while I was making a video. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel while I'm making a video, I'll make sure to give you a shout out. The Brisk Wrap unique body armor now has 60 to 100% increased evasion. The Bristle Bore unique body armor has 50% reduced evasion rating, previously 40 to 80% increased, and now causes you to gain 5 rage when hit by an enemy, previously 3. It also now provides 3 to 5 life regeneration per second. The Bronzebeard unique helmet now provides plus 100 to maximum life, previously 40 to 60, and existing versions of this item can be updated using a Divine Orb. The Brinabas unique belt now provides 30 to 40% increased lightning resistance, previously 20 to 30%. Existing versions of the item can be updated. The Brian's Handmark unique mace now has 10 to 14 to 16 to 20 added physical damage, and plus 10 to 20 to strength, previously plus 5 to 10, and now has 20% reduced attack speed. The Burrows unique now has minus 10% to cold resistance, previously 15 to 10, and 30 to 50% increase mana regeneration rate, previously 25 to 35. The Candlemaker unique gloves now provides 20 to 40% fire resistance, previously 15 to 13, and minus 10 to 20 to cold resistance, previously 15 to 30. It also now provides 20 to 40% increase in fire damage and 10 to 20% reduced cold damage. The Carrion Call unique focus now causes minions to have 20 to 30% increased damage. The Cobber Chamber unique mace no longer has 80 to 100% increased physical damage or plus 5% critical hit chance. Instead, it adds 58 to 65 to 102 to 110 physical damage and 50 plus to spirit. The Corona of the Red Sun unique helmet now provides 20 to 25% of fire resistance, and the Crown of the Pale King unique helmet now provides 10 to 15 to 20 to 25 thorn damage. The Dance Mirage unique body armor now has 150 to 200% increased evasion and energy shield, previously 60 to 100%. Existing versions can be updated. The Dark Defier unique scepter now gains 5% of damage as chaos damage per undead minion, previously 3%. The Death Blow unique gloves now provide 5 to 10% increased attack speed. The Defiance of Destiny unique amulet now causes you to recover 10% of missing life before being hit by an enemy, previously 5%. The Dead Bell unique helmet now provides plus 10 to 20 to strength. The Devouring Diadem unique helmet now provides plus 40 to 60 to maximum life. And the Diodare unique shield now provides 20% reduced stun threshold, previously 30%, now provides 3 to 5 life generation per second. The Diodare's Tenure unique gloves now provide 10 to 30 to maximum energy shield. The Doomgate's unique shield now provides 13 to 17% to chaos resistance. The Erdrin's Tusk unique body armor now has 50% chance to inflict bleeding on hit, previously 10%. The Elvoir unique helmet now provides plus 20 to 30 to dexterity, previously 10 to 20, and now provides plus 1 charm slot. The Arian's Cobble unique helmet now provides plus 0 to 40 to armor, previously 0 to 20, and plus 0 to minus 30 to evasion rating and maximum life. Both previously plus 0 to 15 and 0 to 20 to maximum energy shield, and the maximum mana both previously plus 0 to 10. It now provides 0 to 10% to fire resistance, cold resistance, lightning resistance, and all previously 0 to 5%. 0 to 6 life regeneration per second, previously 0 to 3, and 0 to 60 to accuracy rating, previously 0 to 30, and 0 to 10 to strength, dexterity, intelligence, and previously all to 5. In addition to the above, it also now provides 0 to 30% increased critical hit chance, previously 0 to 15, and 0 to 20% increased rarity of items found, previously 0 to 10. The Eternal Spark unique focus now provides 40% increased mana regeneration rate while stationary, previously 50%, and now also provides 40% increased mana regeneration rate. The Ezomite Peak unique helmet now provides plus 50 to 80 to maximum life, and previously 30 to 50, and now also provides 3 to 6 life regeneration per second. The Feathered Fortress unique shield now provides 20 to 30% to fire resistance and cold resistance, both previously 10 to 20, and plus 20 to 30 to strength and dexterity, both previously 10 to 20. An existing version of this item can be updated using Divine Orb. The Forbidden Gaze unique helmet now provides 30 to 50% to cold resistance, previously 25 to 35, and existing versions of this item can be updated. The Frost Breath unique mace now has 8 to 12 to 16 to 20 added physical damage and cold damage, both previously 4 to 6 and 8 to 12. It now also provides plus 5 to critical hit chance. The Gamble Sprint unique boots now provide 15 to 25 to lightning resistance, previously 5 to 15, and now provide 10 to 15% increased item rarity. The Gravebind unique gloves now provide 10 to 15% to cold resistance, and the Grip of Winter unique gloves now provide 20 to 30% cold resistance. The Gloom Form unique body armor now provides 10 to 20 to fire resistance percentage, and the Hog Hunt unique mace no longer has 100 to 150% increased physical damage. Instead, it now adds 16 to 20 to 23 to 27 physical damage. The Hollow Mask unique helmet now provides 30% to chaos resistance. The Horns of Bryden's unique helmet now provide plus 20 to armor. The Himanoir's Heim unique mace now has 80 to 100% increased physical damage, previously 60 to 80, and existing versions of this item can be updated. The Husk of Dreams unique body armor now provides 17 to 23% to chaos resistance, previously 13 to 17, and 20 to 30% increased blast charges used, previously 20 to 25. Existing versions of this item can be updated. The Norton unique body armor has been renamed to the Road Warrior. It no longer provides 50 to 100% increased armor and now provides 15 to 30% fire resistance and lightning resistance, both previously 15 to 25. It also now provides 10 to 15 life regenerated per second and plus 10 to 15 to all attributes. The Inferno class unique belt now provides 30 to 50% to fire resistance, previously 25 to 35%, and existing versions of the item can be updated. The Infinite Pursuit unique boots now provide 25% increased movement speed while affected by an alignment, previously 20%. Existing version of this item can be updated. The Innsmouth unique helmet now provides plus 20 to 30% to evasion rating. The Iron Grasp unique body armor now provides plus 20 to 30 to strength. The Iron Ride unique helmet now provides plus 30 to 50 maximum life. The Jan Great unique gloves now have 50% increased armor and evasion. The Keel Hall unique belt now has life flask gain 0.25 charges per second and mana flask gain 0.25 charges per second, both previously 0 to 0.25 charges per second. Existing versions of the item can be updated. The Killjoy unique gloves now provide 20 to 30% increased critical damage. The Knight Errant unique boots now provide plus 30 to 50 to elemental alignment threshold. I'm just going to stop there for a second. These patch notes are flipping massive. My mouth is dry. I'm going to take a sip of water. Much better. The Learcast unique helmet now provides plus 10 to 20 to dexterity. The Legion Stride unique boots now provide plus 50 to 70 to armor instead of 50 to 80% increased armor. They also now provide plus 50 to 70 to stun threshold, previously 30 to 50%. The Loxional KRS unique gloves now provide 15 to 25 armor. The Luminous Pace unique boots now provide plus 20 to 30 to maximum energy shield. The Lycansade unique shield now has blocking damage poisons the enemy as though dealing 200 base chaos damage, previously 100. Existing versions of this item can be updated. The Mask of Sanguinmancer now provides plus 20 to 25 to evasion rating and 10 to 15 to maximum energy shield. The Matsaya unique quarterstaff now has 6 to 9 to 10 to 15 added cold damage and 1 to 19 to 20 lightning damage. The Mist Whisper unique crossbow now has 8 to 10 to 13 to 15 added cold damage, previously 4 to 6 to 9 to 12, and now provides 30% increased chill duration on enemies. The Nazir's Judgment unique quarterstaff no longer has 80 to 100% increased physical damage and instead adds 30 to 36 to 75 to 81 physical damage. The Necromantle unique body armor now causes minions to have 17 to 23% chaos resistance, and the North Paw unique gloves now adds 3 to 5 to 8 to 10 physical damage to attacks, previously 2 to 3 or 5 to 6, and also now has plus 15 to 25 to evasion rating. The original Sin unique ring no longer has chaos resistance, is 0, and instead now provides 17 to 23 to chaos resistance. The Painter's Servant unique gloves no longer provides 5 to 10% to fire, cold or lightning resistance. They instead now provide 5 to 10 elemental damage gained as fire, 5 to 10 elemental damage gained as cold, and also lightning. The Friar's Embrace unique body armor now provides 10 to 15 to all attributes. The Plague Fire unique gloves now provides 20 to 30% chance to poison on hit, previously 5 to 10, and existing versions of the item can be updated using Divine Orb. The Power Thread unique boots now provides 12% to critical damage bonus per power charge, previously 8%. The Prayers for Rain unique body armor now provides 10 to 20% to lightning resistance. The Quartus Molt unique body armor now provides 60 to 80 to maximum life, previously 30 to 50, and also now provides 60 to 80% increased evasion rating. The Quochill unique mace now has 100 to 150 increased physical damage, previously 80 to 120. The Seeing Stars unique mace now adds 12 to 16 to 22 to 25 cold damage, previously 9 to 12, and 18 to 22, and now adds 1 to 40 to 45 lightning damage, previously 1 30 to 35. Existing versions can be updated. The Sentry unique quarterstaff now has 25 to 32 to 40 to 50 added fire damage, previously 8 to 2 and 16 to 20, and the damage adds 30 to 50 to accuracy rating. The Serian Inheritance unique body armor now provides 30 to 40% to lightning resistance, previously 15 to 25, and now has minus 15 to cold resistance. The Smiling Knight unique helmet now provides 150 to 200% increased armor and evasion, previously 30 to 50%. Existing versions of the item can be upgraded. The Snakebite unique gloves now provides 20 to 30% chance to poison on hit, previously 20%, and also now provides 6 to 10 life regenerated per second. Splint Heart unique bow now has 120 to 160% increased physical damage, previously 60 to 80. Existing versions of this item can be updated. The Tetzlapokol's Zaya unique body armor now provides plus 20 to 30 to intelligence. The Thunderstep unique boots now provide 10 to 20% increased movement speed, previously 10 to 15, and 30 to 50% to lightning resistance, previously 25 to 35. The Titan Rock Cataract unique body armor now provides 400 to 500% increased armor, previously 200 to 300%, and 15 to 30% increased strength, previously 10 to 20. The Trample Toe unique boots now provide 15% increased movement speed, previously 10, and existing versions of this item can be updated. The Tree Fingers unique gloves now adds 6 to 10 and 12 to 16 physical damage to attacks, previously 3 to 5 and 6 to 8. It also now provides 20 to 30% increased stun build up and 5% reduced attack speed. The Trench Timber unique mace now adds 13 to 15 to 22 to 25 physical damage, previously 10 to 12 and 18 to 22. Existing versions of the item can be updated using a Divine Orb. The Trefina unique mace now adds 12 to 25 to 22 to 25 physical damage, previously 7 to 10 to 12 to 18. Existing versions can be updated. The Ungwil's Harmony unique amulet now provides 100 to 100 and 200% increased critical hit chance, previously 100%, and existing versions of the item can be upgraded. The Visage of Aya's unique helmet now provides 10 to 20% to lightning resistance. The Vol's Protector unique body armor now provides 13 to 70% chaos resistance. The Wake of Destruction unique boots now provide 10% to increase movement speed. The Wandering Reliquary unique body armor now has plus 60 to 80 to stun threshold. The Windscream unique boots now provide 10 to 20% increased movement speed, previously 10 to 15, and also now causes cure skills to have 10 to 20% increased cast speed. The Wings of Kaon unique helmet now provide plus 20 to armor. The Wonder Trap unique boots now provide 10 to 20% increased movement speed, previously 5 to 15, plus 10 to 20 to strength, dexterity and intelligence, all previously 5 to 15, and also now provides 30 to 50 maximum energy shield. The Wilden's Stake unique mace now has 4 to 6 to 8 to 10 added physical damage and fire damage, both previously 2 to 3 and 4 to 5. Now also provides 20 to 30% increased fire resistance and 10 to 20 to strength. Bug fixes. Fix 4 client crashes, fix 4 instant crashes, fixed a bug where Mana Flare Elemental Discharge and the version of Ember Fusillade triggered by Dust Vigil were not considered triggered skills and could therefore generate energy. Fixed a bug where some objects, such as vine arrows, plants, were incorrectly counted as targets when dealing splash damage through the implicit modifier on the Cultist Great Hammer base type. Fixed a bug where the Siege Cascade was targeting vine arrow plants for Frostwall Ice Crystals. Fixed a bug where the Herald of Ice was still exploding shattered enemies when the gem was set to be used with your currently inactive weapon set. Fixed a bug where concuction skills were considered bow skills and as a result could be affected by increased damage with bow skill modifiers on quiver. Fixed a snapshot issue with energy shield when using a Mask of Stitched Demon unique as an Infernalist. Fixed a bug where minion pack support was able to drain the life of lingering illusions. Fixed a bug where tier 5 bows could not roll increased attack speed and tier 5 rings could not roll maximum life. Fixed a bug where you could briefly be unable to perform any skills if you tried to interact with an object and dodge rolled at the same time. Fixed an issue where the checkpoint for the Temple of Kobek boss fights could sometimes take you to the first checkpoint in the area. Fixed a bug preventing the quality bonuses of Shock Burst rounds and Hailstorm rounds from applying. Fixed a bug where Shockwave Totem did not work when used with support gem Astral Projection. Fixed a client crash that could occur with Power Siphon while holding a shield. Fixed a client crash that could occur in Couch Co-op when interacting with the unique Stash Tap. Fixed a client crash that could occur in the Couch Co-op when interacting with the Corruption Altar. Fixed a bug where the Vine Arrow was not slowing enemies. Fixed a bug that caused Sekima's Asela to fail to shield you during Jamanra and the Abomination Storm skill. Fixed a bug where the terrain generation from the client can get out of sync with the server for the Trial of Sekimas. Fixed a bug where the influence range of Lost Towers could fail to display when interacting the map device in your hideout. Fixed a bug where crossbows could fail to reload if the player did not have enough mana available. Fixed a bug where the spark could fail to cast while standing on the edge of walkable terrain. Fixed a bug where Temporalis Chain's debuff icon was not displaying the correct description when hovered over. Fixed a bug where the unique item Fireflower could fail to cause fire damage to to the player when an enemy was ignited. Ghost Dance would remain active when the player no longer met the spirit requirements. The Way Forward Atlas passive would cause the Arbiter of Ash to drop tier 16 Waystones instead of tier 15, and some unique bows did not play audio when firing arrows. Engraving a support gem did not play audio, and they fixed it where the quest items would not drop again from their respective objective if the player dropped them on the ground in an area where the difficulty was different to where it was obtained. Characters in a broken state should now be able to re-obtain the quest objective. Fixed a bug where some interactables couldn't be cancelled by using dodge roll. Using a flask could cause the player to lose life if item stat requirements were not met in both weapon sets. Fixed a bug where friends would show as offline when they changed character, and fixed a bug into the intro cinematic did not play on the PC platform. Fixed a bug where incomplete uniques items could not be obtained. Fixed some wonky interactions with the additional inventory slots from the Titan's Colossal Capacity Ascendancy passive skill. Fixed a bug where the Hooded One would not identify items stored in additional inventory slots granted by the Colossal Capacity Titan Ascendancy passive skills. Fixed a bug so the inventory no longer opens when dragging the Atlas map UI with the cursor over the map mode, and fixed a visual bug where walking away from the corpse and back to it could usually display a new remnant with Grim Feast. Fixed a bug in the Riverside map where the boss arena force field could appear before entering the boss fight. Fixed a bug where the energy shield UI could visually appear as having energy shield when the player had none. Fixed a bug where enemies could cast detonate dead on players' minions when the player was using the sacrifice gem. Fixed problems in the Savannah, Abyss and Seepage maps where sections of the areas could be inaccessible. Fixed a bug where unique items Corpse Wade did not work when the player was using the King of Faridon's body armor microtransaction. Fixed a bug where the Hate Forge unique where the negative values of the maximum range modifier caused the modifier to not show. Fixed a bug where Blink allowed travel to the past in the Ziggurat encampment without traversing through the time portal. Fixed a bug within the instilling UI that distilled a tainted oil slot, which doesn't exist. Fixed a bug where allocating chaos inoculation would incorrectly count you as being on low mana. Fixed a bug where crossbow skills could fail to reload when spamming the ability when using a controller. Fixed a bug when stashing skill gems when attached support gems would cause the supported gems to become available or invisible. These now unpack into the relevant tab. Fixed an alignment with the Mirror of Calandra with the currency stash tab. Fixed a bug in the Vow factory map where some humanoid monsters would remain inactive, and fixed a bug where the Elemental Storm gen had the physical tab, and fixed a bug where the gas clouds could spawn in unwalkable terrain. Fixed a bug where minion objectives could stretch into walkable terrain. Fixed a bug where the Burial Bog map could generate with a broken loop. Fixed a bug where the world map always opened displaying an above ground area even when the player was in an underground area. Fixed a bug where strong boxes could fail to generate any monsters. Fixed a bug with dodge rolls which allow the players to roll through bone walls and frost walls. Fixed a bug with dodge roll which allows the players to roll off the Ardura's caravan ramp. Fixed a bug where soul cores of the Atuma, Xantippe and Choltulu could not be used for the 3.1 recipe. Fixed a bug where the relic modifier given a chance to gain another key was incorrect, always applying. Skip tutorials no longer prevents you from leaving town without engraving a gem. Remove the redundant block chance description on Sappho's frame unique item. Fixed a bug which could cause the landmark room chest in the mausoleum of the Praetor from being open. I'm not even going to attempt it. Fixed a bug where Elemental Storm was missing the trigger tag. Fixed a bug which allowed Glacial's Cascades hits to freeze enemies. Fixed a bug in the Trial of Sekimus where some traps audio failed to play. Fixed a bug where Unbound Avatar could gain stacks from inanimate objects. Fixed a bug in the Temple of Chaos where leap slamming into the arena could cause the encounter to not complete. Fixed a bug where damaging gained as fire and lightning were missing tabs, causing essences to be unable to roll these modifiers. Fixed a bug where Act 1 and 2 transition cinematics sometimes played when entering the Adura caravan rather than when travelling from Act 1. Fixed a bug where some loot in the Temple of Chaos could get stuck in blocking. Fixed a bug where the favoured map slot UI notification would appear when corrupting a tier 15 waystone into a tier 16. Fixed a bug which could prevent the players from returning to the Vastiri outskirts if they travelled there by warp into a party member, then warp into a different party member in Act 1. Fixed a bug where Supercritical supports 2D art was not displayed in some cases, and fixed a bug where expedition chests in maps will not display in their rarity. Controller improvements. While using currency, inventory navigation will ignore items the currently selected currencies could not be used on. Added a bindable action to show hide item and object labels. And while on the world map screen, you can now press B circle to leave the underground. Some interactables in the Trial of the Sekimas and the Trial of Chaos are now prioritized over using skills on enemies if you have an interact bound on the same button as a skill. The cosmetic tabs of the navigation menu has been moved to the end, and so that you no longer have to navigate through it to reach the quest or the Atlas tab. Improved auto-targeting logic for very large bosses such as Torgal. And the game now pauses by default if a controller becomes disconnected, with an option in the game tab to instead disconnect. Auto-targeting no longer aggressively prioritizes large enemies and objects such as Tempest Bell. Pressing X square while holding a stack of items now deposits a single item from the stack in the currently selected space. Hovering a support gem over a filled socket will now show the supported gem currently in that socket. Trying to socket invalid gems using a controller now gives appropriate error messages. Switching to controller input on a character that was created with a keyboard and mouse input no longer results in the character having no actions bound. Fix a bug where that prevented re-rolling expeditions vendors while using a controller. There is now also a dedicated button Y triangle to re-roll the vendor. Fix a bug where the Gemlin's gem studded notable passive was not accounted for when socketing support gems using a controller. Fixed a bug where the Lost Tower interface had inconsistencies or inconsistent controls when using a controller. Fixed a bug that sometimes prevented the navigation in the hideout stash while using a controller. Fixed a bug that prevented player 2 from using the salvage bench in couch co-op. Fixed a bug that prevented player 2 from equipping cosmetics in couch co-op. Fixed a bug that causes some types of specialized stash tab to fail to display when accessed by both players at the same time in couch co-op. Fixed a bug preventing the toggling of advanced descriptions while investigating an item. Fixed a bug preventing moving a socketed support gem into a different socket when you are close to your support gem limit. Fixed a bug where the enabled held targeting option did not function for crossbows ammunition skills. And fixed a bug where certain skills would not be performed if used while holding down a different skill input. Console improvements. Item filters can now be used on consoles by subscribing to a filter on the Path of Exiles website. A link to the setup and item filter is now provided in the filter section of the settings menu under the game tab. Fixed a bug where cutscenes and informational videos had incorrect color grading on Xbox Series consoles with HDR enabled. Localization fixes fixed a number of cases of outdated translations. Fixed characters with accents not displaying correctly in some languages. Fixed a number of cases where the translated text could overlap itself or the borders of its field. And fixed a bug where tied text did not display correctly on consoles. Fixed a bug where modifier tiers would not be displayed correctly when the game language was set to traditional Chinese. Fixed a number of cases of keywords not displaying correctly in languages other than English. And microtransactions enabled the following existing cosmetic microtransactions for use in Path of Exiles 2. Siren wings, siren cloaks, siren weapons, siren weapon effect, siren character effect, siren footprints effect, siren portal effects, deep water wings, deep water back attachment, deep water weapon, deep water weapon effects, deep water character effects, deep water footprint effects, deep water portal effects, Atlantis cloak, Atlantis wings, Atlantis portal effect, Atlantis footprint effect, Onyx Oblivion wings, Onyx Oblivion weapon, Oblivion weapons, Dire Blade wings, Dire Blade weapons, Verdant weapons, Sulphurous gargoyle wings, Owl Blaster gargoyle wings, Stygian gargoyle wings, Pitch Black gargoyle wings, Illusionist character effect, Brimstone character effects, Harmony wings, Harmony cloak, Harmony weapon effects, Harmony footprint effects, Harmony portal effects, Heritage wings, Heritage cloak, Heritage weapon effects, and Heritage weapon, Heritage portal effects, Divergence wings, Divergence cloak, Divergence weapon effect, Divergence footprint effects, Divergence character effects, Divergence portal effects, Vulcan cloak, Vulcan shield, Vulcan weapon effect, Harmonious weapons, Harmonious weapon effects, Electro swarm character effect, Projectile electro swarm character effect, Siren electro swarm character effect, Void Emperor's electro swarm character effect, Kulgaran cloak, Penis back attachment, Crucible armor set, Kane Toad King portal effect, Albino Toad King portal effect, River Toad King portal effect, Sacred Wisp portal effect, and the Hands of Cest back attachment now has a smaller variant that can be selected from the cosmetics menu. There were also a handful of changes we didn't quite get ready in time for this patch, but we'll be getting them to you as soon as they are ready. Una's song still won't be playing correctly. This was unexpected, even for us, to cause us this much trouble to fix. Adding multiple respawns to other Pinnacle content on the Atlas, King in the Mist, Breachstone, Olvrioth in the Expedition, the Arbiters of Ash is included, but we didn't get around to getting the other ones implemented. Maps, Waystones, and stash tabs. So yeah, that is all of the patch notes. Hopefully you guys like this video. Let me know what is really good for you, and if there's any other things that you'd like to be added or fixed or changed, let me know in the comments down below, and who knows, maybe we can get this across to a developer one day and they can hopefully implement it. So like, follow, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.